What if everybody's on my wheel? This is Alone in the Dark. Although, seeing as Emily's over there, not quite alone. And it's not exactly...
The Snake Dagger, a monograph by Yael Klein. In Ludwig Prin's book on pagan rituals called The Mystery of the Grave, as translated by Nicholas Vachy, there are several references to a sacrificial dagger called the Snake Dagger. It has long been thought of as a poor translation of the original text, that it would be more appropriate with worm dagger from the Latin vermis cultrum. This seems natural following the recent consensus that the original title of Prin's book, De Vermis Mysteris, should literally translate to the mystery of the worm. However, this would take away from Vachy's great effort at translating the underlying meaning of the words and revealing several cultural beliefs. While Prin certainly was using the term worm as a symbol or synecdoche for death and the dead, which is made clear by the contents of the book, in the case of the dagger, we shouldn't be too hasty to dismiss his translation. Reading through Vachy's correspondence with his patron, it appears that he had more than just the Latin text at his disposal. Vachy had dug up Prin's living relatives and uncovered several cross-referenced historical texts and an actual snake dagger. The dagger was dated to the early Middle Kingdom of Egypt and had such a clear shape of a wave that Vachy considered calling it the sinusoidal blade. Knowing the full story, it seems prudent that he chose to translate it as snake and not worm. There are several reasons why this choice of word helps us understand the pagans that Prin's book attempts to describe.
Synecdoche, which I've never heard of before until now. Never taught you that in school. Well, I probably would have learned in college, maybe not. It's a figure of speech. It's a figure of speech in which a part is made to represent the whole or vice versa. Example, Cleveland won by 6 runs, meaning Cleveland's baseball team. Interesting.
The symbolic value of the shape becomes more apparent when reading about the use for the dagger. In the passage of possession and exorcism, we find the snake dagger poisons the poisoner within the victim and is therefore pacified. Where the literal text would tell us that the worm dagger trumps the demon possessing the victim, it tells us nothing of their reasoning, only that somehow this dagger wins against the demon, like it had the better hand in poker. Vachy's translation allows us to follow the underlying logic to the ritual magic that is being performed. Poison the poisoner sounds like fighting fire with fire. That to hurt the demon possessing its victim, the priests would have to fight back with a power that is known to the evil they are fighting. The snake dagger is therefore not only a good way to describe its form, but it also helps us understand how it could be thought of as a useful tool for exorcism. Finally, it also helps us understand their relationship to lunacy, that it was thought of as something poisoning the mind rather than controlling it. What is also interesting to note is that the possessed are always considered poisoned in their head and not their heart. The snake dagger always went to the eye of the possessed, leaving them partially blind, if they had the good luck to survive.
Sorry, I went to scratch my ear when I went to lift up my headset. I was a little hasty, and I bumped the mic. My bad. Snake dagger. This thing. Dagger. Lemon.
What were you saying about mass delusion?
Derceto seems to have a deranging effect on people living close by. It has a history of creating cults devoted to some nature goddess. Even the name Derceto refers to the cult existing here before the Civil War. Derceto was the name of an ancient fertility goddess worshipped in Syria. Dr. Gray and his friends, however, seem to prefer the Black Goat of the Woods with 1,000 young, or Shub-Nigroth. And that name can only have come from my uncle's twisted mind.
Or Quake, the game Quake. I think that one was actually taken directly from Lovecraft. Actually, thinking about it, there is something.
Huh. Has that been there this whole time?
What? That was just a stroke of luck. I don't like this point of view.
Hello?
Detective Conby.
Who is this? Jeremy?
Jeremy is with the Dark Man. You can't save him.
Well, I've done everything you wanted so far, and there's just one more thing on the list. I expect him to keep his promise and return Jeremy unharmed.
Get out, Detective. While you still can.
Nice.
Oh, I want to point out something. So what she said about Shub-Niggurath, that does remain true in Quake. Well, Shub-Niggurath in Quake takes the form of like a black tree sort of thing. Although the branches look more like tentacles. Weird. Hold on. I don't know what number. I don't know the number though, that's the problem.
think all of them are in this cult business? Even Jeremy?
I'm not sure any of them have a choice at this point. We just need to find a way to stop all of this.
Oh, I couldn't really see what that was. I was just randomly placing that. I promise you that was all completely random. I couldn't...
You okay? You look a little frazzled.
Just stupid telephone.
I know. I tried calling the police earlier. The telephone is completely dead.
It's not... Yeah, no, the telephone isn't working. Miss Hartwood, I think you're gonna want to see this.
Is there something in the closet?
Yeah, there is. You don't see the very obvious gate leading to whatever Jeremy's madness is serving up next?
I don't understand. Are you making some kind of fashion metaphor? I'm sorry, I don't have time for this. Can you just tell me what you're doing?
You don't see this. It's fine. It's fine. Catch you later.
Are you going inside the closet?
Yeah. You got a problem with that?
No. Do what you think is right, Detective.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Goodbye, Miss Hartwood.
Interesting because it swaps depending on who you're playing as. That makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. Since I'm playing as Edward here, he has the talisman, not Emily. He sees all of this shit. She wouldn't have. However, if I were to play it as Emily instead, it'd be the opposite. Yes? Okay. And your health. Ooh. You flare gun. Well, that answers my question. This is gonna suck.
We found the ancient Stellarium perched on a cliff facing the Arctic Ocean after a day of sailing due north of the Eskimo encampment. Jacob van Oostad was our most keen member of the expedition. He had been chasing down the source of a peculiar type of crystallized metal present in several sacred items among the natives on the northeast coast of Greenland. The site was a remarkable find for any explorer, and we were all enraptured in our search for enlightenment and meaning. The surviving architecture seemed almost unearthly in origin and astonishingly sophisticated. The metal Jacob was searching for was abundant, almost ubiquitous. We were so taken by our find that we were surprised by the sun falling below the horizon. As we quickly picked up our gear, ready to head back to our camp, Jacob von Ostad declared that he wanted to stay. He was adamant. We begged him to reconsider. The night would be getting colder by the hour, and we feared for all our safety. Jacob refused, threatening us with violence if we wouldn't leave him alone. As the snowfall turned heavier, we left him there on his own. The next day, the weather became worse, and we had to spend hours enforcing our shelter as our tents became increasingly useless. The group had written off Jacob, thinking he must be dead. I had an urge to make one final attempt to save him, so I headed out as darkness fell with a handful of flares and headed toward the coast and up the climb towards the Stellarium. That's when I saw him, transfixed by a burning sky, that celestial lantern. Jacob keeled over and let out a painful shriek that struck me with such fear and pity. He was crying in agony, for the cold weather had ravaged his flesh. I called out to him, and he turned to face me. His vacant stare held me in place like a needle through a butterfly, and he said, "You must leave now, Herrstan. Go, and never come back." And so I left.
Chilly. I didn't even see that. Well,
What can be said about Jacob van Ostad without evoking contempt or apologia? The first piece of information is the obvious. He is not the explorer Jeremy idolized in his youth, but the figment of his imagination. If you want biographical facts, I am not the one to answer such questions. In the case of Jeremy, he is a guardian of imagination, or rather a persona appointed the role of containing a self-sabotaging mania. However useful Jacob once was, his loyalty to Jeremy has slowly been replaced by fanaticism. Like a firekeeper who has for decades been burnt by his own sacred flames, now does what he imagines the fire wants. Jeremy has lost all control over Jacob and suffers greatly because of him, but is admittedly also still invigorated by his labor. In the plainest of words, Jacob keeps Jeremy sick so he can remain Jeremy.
I was wondering why he says it like that, because he's Hispanic. Well, Spanish. I believe he's from Spain. It sounds like a Spanish accent. More so than a Mexican one, but I don't know. It was the guy that we saw in the archive, the library thing. So, yippee! Man. But it sucks. To hell. Oh, gross. Whoa! Oh, this is bollocks. Oh shit, I missed one. Well, that's AIDS. Stop like a egg. Well, that's interesting. Should I not be able to? Okay. I spy with my motherfucking eye. See, I see that one. That's good. I spy with my motherfucking eye. So I guess that's gonna be useless, right? Aurora Borealis. In this game, in this part of the Let's Play, validated on my channel. Yes. Can I see it? Oops. No. You are an odd fellow. Yeah, I got him. Yeah, I got him. I got him. Am I looking at a Stargate? Well, that's what he meant by burning sky. I made a wish for the northern light, that I could find a decent pair of whiskey tight. I'm the only Eskimo, the only one I know. I'm the only Eskimo in my tribe. Ah, funny song.
Hey, you! What are you doing here? What is this place?
Turn back, detective. You're not wanted here.
Whoa, take it easy. I'm not your enemy.
Oh, you're wrong, detective. You're wrong.
But I can fit him in my ass. Nope. That was a headshot. I am sorry. I'm sorry. But hopefully this isn't the only wintertime based tour I'm gonna be doing. Obviously I have to play through the thing first. I did have it on PS2. But I need to see if they fixed, how much they fixed. If I can actually beat it. Because I could get to like far in the game, but I just could never beat it. Because it controlled so awkwardly, and I was hoping they would fix that. Hopefully they are. I don't know. Huh? Align them to what? That's the only one I can interact with.
Of course, the Taurus. I figured you wouldn't want your stars aligned, Jeremy, or maybe that is what you need to temper that mania of yours.
Yabba dabba dabba. Yabba dabba 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 dabba. Yabba doy ba doy. Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. Being a rotato. Are they aligned? There we go. Oh. I think I broke something. What?
God's sake, stay dead, will you?
My ass! Nope. Good gravity! I figured. Stop bitch slapping me like a bitch! Fucking reload, you cock! Good gravity! Go. Go. Bitch. Gotcha. Eyeball. You bitch. Oh fuck!
I did everything! Aren't you happy? Stupid charlatan! What more do you want from me? You want me to lose my mind?
Oh, my lord! Doctor! Baptiste! Quick!
Jesus. What were you thinking, compadre?
Chapter 5.
You awake? You are awake. Mr. Conby's up.
Hey, buddy! I thought you'd be knocked out for the rest of the night. Come on out and join us, will you? I'll save you some gumbo.
Good to have you back. You gave us all a good scare.
What happened?
You had a psychological breakdown. Sorry for manhandling you, but you were being violent, you see.
You stabbed Jeremy and then punched Dr. Gray.
Are they... okay?
Jeremy's a little strange, but everything's back to normal.
Really?
All thanks to you, combat. You want to try standing up?
Well, if it isn't the hero of the day.
Sorry, Jeremy.
How are you feeling, Detective?
You're not Jeremy. You're not great.
How about you two? Hey, Jeremy, I didn't do too much damage, did I? Things are fine. Very quiet. What's up with him? Painkillers?
No. You see, despite you having the finesse of a one-eyed butcher, you managed to lobotomize dear Jeremy.
I did what?
It's actually quite impressive. It's not like I hadn't considered it myself. I just wish Jeremy could have been helped without reducing his personality to that of an oyster.
But he's gonna live.
Of course. As long as someone keeps feeding him, he'll outlive the best of us.
Poop. Bollocks.
Does Emily know about Jeremy's condition?
Yes. She seems to be handling it quite well under the circumstances.
Yeah, what had I been doing all night then? Now that you mention it.
Hey, Ruth. Glad to see you made it back to Derceto.
You too, Detective. Make sure to stay for the festivities. It's no Mardi Gras, but it ain't bad.
All right, tell me, what the hell's about to happen here?
Every year we have a little turn-the-page ceremony by the tree. It's symbolical. It's like life has its cycles of grief. And
Symbolic? Is that what you're trying to say?
Just like a tree facing the seasons. Things change, but remain the same.
There's giant knots in that tree.
That is one impressive tree.
More impressive than you could ever imagine.
Everyone knows what to do? Y'all know the new words.
Mrs. Thompson, we talked about this. I'm not sure everyone is comfortable.
Doctor, I insist. This is important. We've waited for so long, Doctor.
Let's just go with the old song. Not every change is an improvement.
Boss, good or bad, we need to move forward.
All in, Doc. Let's bet it all.
But we don't know what we're dealing with.
It'll be okay, Doctor. Better even.
Ever their praises and abundance to the black goat of the woods. Hear us, brother. Take pity on us. Take pity on us.
Ever
Hear
their
us,
praises
Mother,
and
and
abundance to the black goat of
Take
the
pity
woods.
on us.
Hear us, Mother,
and take pity on us. Take pity on us.
Ever their praises and abundance to the black goat of the woods. Hear us, Mother, and take pity on us.
Stop! Are you crazy?
This here's what needs to happen, Carlton.
Grace! Stop! Stop!
Shoot the ground! Shoot the ground!
Stop in the ground! Stop Detective, get my uncle out of here!
Jeremy, come with me! Get over here! Jeremy, come with me! Jeremy, come here!
No! There has to be a Dr. Blood!
It just occurred to me. It just occurred to me! Let's shove the Gurrat! Remember what I said about it was a tree? Right there! Holy fuck! That's exactly what it looks like. Right. Although more forward. It didn't occur to me!
I can't let that monster leave Derceto. I have to stop it.
Oh, I need more booze. Mr. Booze, Mr. Booze. Not sure gonna lose if you mess with Mr. Where the hell do I go then? Stop blocking me! So where do I go then? Okay. boy! Yeah, hi, Chubby. That's more or less. But Sheila's right. I don't have enough time to fight that boss. 3 minutes? I don't think I can do it in 3 minutes. Press start. The next time on Zombie, please stay